Woo, almost dropped a card. Taurus, welcome to your hopes, fears, and reality spread. As per usual, you can click right on that description box below, and it will talk about the significance of the spread as well as the placement of each card. Here we go. Taurus. Whew. You are hoping to withdraw your energy. Okay. You feel like, how do I put this? It's a trick, is what I'm saying here. You are hoping to withdraw your energy in order to trick somebody into chasing you, or if you hold back, somebody will be forced to tell you how they really feel or show you how they really feel. That's what you're trying to do here. You're hoping that you have the strength to hold back your energy long enough to see how a particular person or persons, because this could be vocational, reacts. And you fear, okay, that it will result in conflict and a lack of nurturing. So, you're hoping to hold back your energy in order to see how this person reacts. It's a trick. You don't really want to distance yourself from this person. But you are, or you're hoping to. I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you did. You're hoping. You're like, what would it be like if I just held back? And you fear that if you hold back, then you're the one who's lacking. You're the one who's not getting the nurturing that you need. And that is going to upset you. And then when you come back to get that nurturing that you need, that this person's going to be like, well, you left. Sorry. And here you are with conflict, with tit for tat attitude. You're afraid that if you take away your nurturing energy and you make that sacrifice, that this person will tit for tat meet you at that and be like, okay, fine, you want to go? Go. It's a big fear. The reality of the situation is you do have the upper hand in this transition, but only if you don't pull away. Interesting, right? So there is a transition that needs to happen. Now, like I said, this could be about a close personal relationship, a friend, a family member, maybe even a romantic partner. But this could also be vocational, okay? If you step away from the group and that group says, hey, we don't need you, then what if you can't get back into the group? Well, now you just put this test out there and you're the one who failed it, not them. But if you stay in this energy, okay, and you accept that it is a transition, that the dynamic of this relationship or the dynamic of this group is changing, then you have the upper hand in knowing that there is change coming, and a line of communication could make the difference in the outcome. But you have to be well aware and you have to be willing to accept the transition that's coming in order to make a systematic approach and make small adjustments as you go along. Because the other person might not be aware that the dynamics are changing at all. Weeding out the toxicity of this relationship, like I said, be it with a friend, a family member, a romantic partner, or even a group, a vocation, a work, an institution, okay? Weeding out the toxicity requires a lot of lessons to be learned. And you feel like the stress of this is all on your shoulders. Like you're the only one who recognizes the toxicity. You're the only one who sees the possible elevation. You're the only one who accepts the transition. So basically what I'm getting from this, Taurus, is you are the workhorse in this dynamic. And the other person or the group is just kind of there. And the reason that they're there is because you consistently cater to them. Right? Which is why you hope to be able to step away from it just to see what happens. Your hope is that you step away and everything falls apart and they go, oh, no, 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 we need you, we need you, we need you. But you fear if you step away, even if everything falls apart, they say, well, we don't want you back. So what do? You people please. You do everything you can to keep this dynamic working, and probably more than you have to. You know, you may only need, you might be putting in 80%, you might be putting 80% of your expendable energy into this dynamic, this relationship. But you really only need to put in 40, but you don't know that. So you're exhausting yourself. Taurus. The one thing I can say from these cards is if your fear of losing what you have by manipulating the situation is a healthy one, because that is always a possibility. You can gain the upper hand if you communicate the transition that's necessary, and you may even find, with good communication, you may even find that all of the stress of fixing these problems and moving up to the next level isn't solely on your shoulders. You might find out that you're putting in all this extra work that you don't need to because the other person is willing to meet you halfway. Or worse yet, that the other person is already meeting you at a level, but you have to make it perfect because you want something more than they do or something different than they do. And you think if you keep people pleasing, you'll get what you want. Maybe it's time to have an open and honest conversation with this person. Tell them exactly the outcome that you want and see the exact outcome that they want, and then you guys can both decide how much energy you're going to put together to move this forward. Because stepping away from the situation as a trick, just to see if they'll come get you, you might assume that they're putting as much work into this as you are. But it feels to me like you're putting in twice the work that they are. And that it may not be a big effort on this group's part, this person or this group's part, to just, once you exit the situation, to fill in that gap. It may not be as big as you think. Whew, Taurus, this was a rough one. I wish you luck with this situation. And in my opinion, open and honest communication is the best way to go. I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I'll see you next week.